He's going straight back to pass, got kind of jumbled up there with his blocker, and then everybody just kind of sandwiched in at once. That was a fourth down play. They needed 8. So the ball will go over on downs to the Tarrant County Diablos with 3:41 to go. They will take over, looks like about their own 23-yard line. Robert Eicher along with you for that final 3 minutes, 41 seconds to go. $35-0. I think it is safe to say it has been all Dallas Diesel tonight. Those same Dallas Diesel have an open date next week for Labor Day weekend. One final home game remaining for them. It's 2 weeks from now when they play the Houston Buccaneers. It's right here at Standridge Stadium in Carrollton. Just take the Valwood Parkway exit, and that will be your chance to see the Dallas Diesel. And the Dallas Diesel will be a perfect 4-0 if you come out to see them in 2 weeks. Pass completed on the far sideline to DeRoche. Under 3 minutes to go, clock still rolling. Give DeRoche 8 yards on that one. Second down and about 2. Ball now resting on about the 34-yard line, it looks like.
Man, with all the penalties that have been going on and during this game, this 2 minutes ejected.
Well, Dallas just lost one of the big offensive linemen. It was 67, and he is.
Number 67 is Andy?
Andre
Whitby, yeah. Andre Whitby is, he's not a starter for the offense, but he's pretty aggressive. As a matter of fact, I've talked to him a couple of times after and before a game. He feels that he should be in the starting position, but then this is how it messes up when you finally get your opportunity to go and prove yourself. There he is. Get an opportunity to prove yourself, and you go get ejected out the game. And it's funny.
He doesn't look really shaken up about it. Yeah, I know.
No, yeah, and it's funny. So he just takes his stuff off and go ahead. But he's a fairly nice size offensive lineman. So.
Or actually, he's a defensive lineman. I misspoke there.
He plays offense too.
Ah, it goes both ways.
Yeah, well, he has to find himself a place on the team.
Yep.
Ooh, nice hit.
A lot of guys for the Diesel. We'll see action on both sides of the ball, and that is going to take us right up to the 2-minute warning.
Hey, red dog flag, you talking about?
Also, there's a first down made on that catch.
The Dallas Diesel 35, the Tarrant County Diablos nothing.
Well, we got 2 minutes left here in the game, and the players, Diablos, are trying to salvage something against a second and third string defense for the Dallas Diesel.
Pass was completed on that last play to 81 Billy Burney. Says he's out of Sam Houston High School, but didn't say which city that's in. Most of your major cities in Texas have a Sam Houston
High School, yeah.
And a Stephen F. Austin and LBJ.
Most of the major cities in Texas, so.
Yeah.
Well, looks like with just 2 minutes left, the Diablos look a little confused. They're coming out of the huddle a little sluggish. The Diablos have 11 yards of offense in the second half, a negative 11 yards of offense in the second half. Well, the defense, even the second and third string defense look like they've come to play.
We'll call it a minus 10 yards after that. Again, a 1.
1 yard? Okay, a minus 10 yards. They got 1 yard gained on that. With a minute and 43 or 42 seconds left, and let's look forward because I think it's about time to say, the party's over. It's time to call it a day. Let's see if the Diablos can come up with something, and because the fat lady and the fat man is singing up here. We are singing and getting ready for the next week. Well, the next week, the Dallas Diesel are off, so they'll be sitting resting during the holidays and to come back to play the Arlington Panthers.
Come over, switch!
Pass tipped, almost intercepted. Joe Davis got a hand on it first. Derek Dotson had a chance as well.
But let me see something. I'm a little psychic here. There's a flag on the play.
I got 12 people on the flag.
12 players on the field for the team. Too many players on the field for the Tarrant County Diablos. Well, they told me they was going to have a different game look this week, and it's a little bit different because the first time that they played the Diesel, they lost 26-0. So now they've lost 35-0. So I guess that trip to Oklahoma last week that caused them to lose in the last seconds 18-16 has shaken them up because they've added an extra 9 points to the Dallas Diesel's offensive output, which is now 175 points in 5 games.
Number 3, Terry Barber. Terry T-Bone Barber is the new quarterback. Now he throws a dart too short.
He said, we're free. We got a couple of players out there slamming on each other, and then they turn out to be partners.
I guess they want to avoid being ejected too. But you raise an interesting point about if you get tossed, you've got to sit out the next game. And
right.
So now Andre Whitby will be gone.
He won't be playing next. He won't be playing in a game that all of the Dallas Diesel have been looking forward to, which is in a sense the bragging rights of the cities, of the Twin Cities, because they will be playing when they come back on September 6th against the Arlington Panthers. Now the Arlington Panthers tonight are playing the Mesquite Falcons, and we might be able to find them. Well, we'll see. Now let me be psychic again. Hold it. Flag on the play. 59 seconds in there, and every play has been a flag. This is something that I think that the Dallas Diesel has got to work on.
Defense. We got legal participation on the defense.
Defensive team has 12 players out there. Now, see, that's where the confusion comes in, because when you start playing the second and third string, majority of those players want to get their time in, and they're on the field. When you have 12 players on the field,
defense,
that is not saying
replay fourth
much. Now, the Dallas Diesel have been penalized 15 times for 150 yards. That's a length and a half of the football field.
Yes.
And they still haven't scored. All the fellas are waving now. They're happy to be winning. We have, I know that's Larry Cornover sitting down there waving.
Time out.
55 seconds left.
All smiles on the Dallas Diesel bench. Timeout has been taken on the field.
There's just another win. I mean, that's what you need is wins to proceed on. But we're going to have to work on those penalties, because I'm going to tell you, when you get to playing the teams from the East and the teams from Louisiana, Arkansas, Tennessee, Mississippi, they feel that they're pretty good in their own right, and so they're not going to come in. Penalty-free is a winning team. Even though we've beat the odds here, being penalized the majority of the time. Look at the fans waving. They're happy to be here. There's smiles on the face of the majority of the fans. But even though we've been penalized a majority of the time we are exception to the rule because we're continuously winning. Now, normally, if you're penalized 15 times for 150 yards in a football game, you're not winning the game.
Probably not.
No, I mean, you're not winning the game. So, right here, we're looking at the team either being blessed or just exception to the rule this particular time. So, there's something that they got to work on. Some things that they have to do in order to make sure that playing the better teams, that they don't give up the game by way of penalties. What do you think about that?
I agree with you. It's going to be a factor, I think, probably, like you were saying, come playoff time. You can probably get away with this in the regular season. Once you really start putting the pressure on in the postseason, just can't have that kind of turnovers. Barber with a little bit of improvisation there. He runs right into your living room there.
Runs right into the living room, but he's scrambling, and they can't do a scramble unless he can get all the way down the field. The officials are just ready to get the games going. Anytime the head official sets the ball down, he's like, okay, let's go. You got a picture of everybody. Look at James Walton on the side. You have 55 on the offense. He's wearing 55.
That's Fred Barnett.
Yeah, Fred Barnett.
45
seconds.
He had the do-rag and the glasses going.
There's a flag on the field.
Defensive pass interference. On the defense, first down.
That's 16 penalties for a total of about 165 yards. With the kind of penalties that we've been, the officials like, let's get the chains going and let's get rolling. There's been some slow action here this last minute or two of this game, and
with the ball at the 31-yard line now, still one last shot maybe for Tarrant County to avoid being shut out twice here at Standridge Stadium. A man moved across the line. Penalty marker is down. Free play for the offense. Pass complete. Up on the far sideline, Melvin Green.
He ruled it incomplete. He probably scooped the ball up.
Now, it looks like Dallas was across into the neutral zone early as the ball was snapped. So, 1st and 5 upcoming, I have a feeling, for Tarrant County. Doesn't matter anyway about that incompletion, I guess.
No, it really doesn't. The party's over.
Offsides. On the defense, 83 White. First down.
Well, I'm going to tell you, the DCTV sure makes this look professional, don't they? The game's being played well. They're getting great shots, and the players are getting up and looking good on TV. That quarterback is one scrambling quarterback, and that was a nice hit.
Pass was complete, but the man was nailed.
By number 89 of the Dallas Diesel.
That would be Steve Douglas.
Steve Douglas in at 89. Running back. He looked a little bit bigger than 5'7".
Yeah.
Yeah, we got second, third, and see on the field now, I see players with their helmets off, and it's a timeout on the field, I see.
Yeah, it's charged to Tarrant County. They still have one left after this. Yeah, we were talking before about a 98 for the Diesel, too. Couldn't find him. I wonder if that might be Quintez Tillman. Does that sound like a possibility?
Yeah, it sounds like a possibility. There's so many players on the sidelines for the Dallas Diesel. They carry a roster of 75 players, so You're going to get a lot of play if you get out there and play. The Dallas Diesel they're deep. And as long as they keep winning with scores like this, chances are that they'll be able to make it to the playoffs with the depth.
2nd and 1 for Tarrant County. At the 22 of Dallas, that pass is high, almost intercepted.
With 20 seconds left in the game.
Derek Dodson on the coverage for Dallas. Bring up 3rd and 1.
Even the officials got smiles on their face. They know it's close to the time for the game to be over. And the Dallas Diesel, they do not want the game to be over for the 3rd string players that are out there right now. They want to get a pickoff, run it back, or get some time in.
On 3rd and 1, quick pass over the middle.
That's touchdown.
In the end zone for a Tarrant County touchdown, and so Tarrant County will avoid being shut out twice. Now we want to look now, don't see any penalty markers down, and the touchdown will stand.
Looks like a player down on the field, though. Tarrant County scored against the Dallas Diesel.
The man down is number 7. That would be Marcus Compton, a defensive back, and they can ill afford to lose him.
5'11", 205 pounds from Northwest Oklahoma State. We hate to see him down, but they did need to score. Last 14 seconds of the game.
One of his legs, I think the left leg. Hard to tell from this angle, but I think it's that leg that they're looking at. And it's at a time like this that you start to wonder, why would Marcus Compton still be in there ahead 35-0 with 14 seconds left in a game that you're winning so easily?
Most of the time, the coach wants to get his starters and his second team out, but the players, if they insist on trying to play, you know, they're walking behind the defensive or offensive coordinator, requesting that they get back in there on the time. This will give him enough time, though, if it's not a broken leg. That we'll be able to get the fella prepared and get him ready for the next game coming up on the 6th. We'll see when we get on the side, because I know we have a trainers down there, and they're following. We got players pulling them off on the field, but there's trainers there to watch out for them. And see, this is indicative of the kind of teamwork that you get when you got players that care about each other and care about how they work. And they're probably talking bad to Compton, wondering why is he still out there on the field trying to play football when everybody else is trying their second and third string team. They need to get him somewhere so they can take a look at that leg. They're going to get him on the bench, and he probably just twisted his knee or twisted his ankle. Let's hope for the better, hope that nothing else came out of it.
So they go for 2 off the trick play. They don't make it. Maybe we should have expected
some kind of trick play.
Yeah.
And none of the clock.
So the failed point after keeps the score at Dallas 35, Tarrant County 6.
They called the game.
So they won't even, run off the last 14 seconds.
That's game. That was 14 seconds. The clock never ran, so they called the game. 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And the crowd roars as the Dallas Diesel wins another game, 35-6.
Our players of the game, they're both from the Dallas Diesel on offense. Our offensive player of the game is 24, David Miner. He had 4 carries for 51 yards and a touchdown. He added 1 reception for 44 yards and a touchdown. Our defensive player of the game is number 56, James Walton. The big linebacker came up big with a number of stops and a number of big hits tonight.
James Walton is excellent. He plays a good game. He gets on the defense. He does well. So, in watching him play and watching Tiger Towns and watching the majority of the other players come out to play, then this is indicative of the type of game that's going on. They've got a picture of number 7, Marcus Compton, on the sideline now, getting treated for what could possibly be a knee or an ankle. Roger Boatman is over patting the players on the back, and the final score again is Dallas Diesel against the Tarrant County Diablos-6. Just to chalk up another win for the team. Now they've given up, the Dallas Diesel has given up 20 points in 5 games and scored 175 points.
And that is a big reason why the Dallas Diesel are now a perfect 4-0 on the year.
And here we are. We're going to wave to you because we love to be out here every day. And every game we'll be here just to make sure that you guys know that DC TV is on, is on the show.
So once again, our final from Standridge Stadium, the Dallas Diesel 35 and the Tarrant County Diablos-6. That's going to wrap it up for here at Standridge. For Marcus Dixon, this is Robert Eicher saying so long.
See ya!
All right, thanks a lot. We'll see you later on.